Bray Wyatt, people started liking him when they should have been not liking him because he didn't cheat to win. He didn't do anything underhanded. He just went out and beat guys.
Yeah.
So there's no heat in that at all.
It is Halloween season. We're recording this one day after Halloween, but I've been asked to ask you, Dutch, who are the more sinister characters you have seen throughout your wrestling career or throughout wrestling history? You've worked with numerous of them, whether it be an Undertaker, a Kane, Kevin Sullivan. Who would you say is the more sinister characters in wrestling history?
Well, Undertaker was pretty dark, but yet at the same time, people loved it. You know, they hit a bong, and that's when the entrance. Well, it was maybe making inroads anyway. That's when the entrance was better than the match. You know, when just playing, hitting the bong and letting him go to the ring. Kane was one. It was kind of scary. Kevin Sullivan, because he talked all that dark stuff. Here's a guy who didn't talk dark stuff. He just looked mean. I mean, if you saw him coming down the street at you, you'd turn and go the other way. Was Ox Baker. And Ox Baker, he had the mustache. Actually, that's when I started growing a mustache, when I saw his. But his was a big black one, and it would come down too far. And he had a great interview. He was a big guy. He was about 6'7". He's about 300 pounds. He looked like a guy from an old Western who would work like in the anvil shop, like, you know, taking that hot thing they put on the horseshoes, and he'd beat it into shape. That's what he looked like. But there's been who was the girl who was she was a sister of the Canadian brothers. You remember who I'm talking about? And she worked in WWE too. Damn, I should have been hit on the head a couple 100,000 times. I could think of her name.
What was
People said, "Can you think now?" I said, "No, I couldn't think when I was 30 either." So there's nothing that different. But they're from Montreal, the Canadians, the Ledukes. Who was the Leduc girl? And she worked under another name. She was crazy looking too. You'd know if I showed it to her. I showed it to you, but you would figure out. But she just looked so. I mean, she just looked mean. She's the type of girl, if you went into a bar and you looked at her, you'd go, you would leave the bar or drink more.
Keep drinking.
Oh, you'd have to keep drinking with this woman. And they said she was really a sweetheart, but if you saw her,
it leaves you frightened, I guess.
It was too much. So anyway, that was all I can pull off the top of my head. Waylon Mercy, you remember him?
Yes, I do. Vividly.
He was not super scary, but you wouldn't approach him. Because he was a big guy too, Dan Spivey.
Yeah.
Great guy, but if you saw him in that row, and you did, you would be leery about going up to him. And that was taken
He was
from the
really
movie.
like the predecessor to Bray Wyatt's original character, for real.
So you think Bray Wyatt is scary?
I think the Bray Wyatt cult leader character was scary.
Mm-hmm.
Because like that type of like worship and undying love, when you see it for someone that they shouldn't be, adoring that way, that's scary. There was one vignette where all you saw was Bray Wyatt like this and all the hands reaching up at him. That type of stuff, that scares me more than like the Fiend and stuff like that he's done in later years.
Does the Fiend scare you?
No.
Not at all.
Not at all.
I think Bray Wyatt, I think he should have, and I've said this before, Bray Wyatt, people started liking him when they should have been not liking him. Because he didn't cheat to win. He didn't do anything underhanded. He just went out and beat guys.
Yeah.
So there's no heat in that at all. So eventually you got to say, well, hell, he's actually not bad at wrestling, so why should I be mad at him? But anyway, that's all I can think about since it's Halloween. What did you pose at? Who were you on Halloween?
I was an exhausted father of 2-year-old twins.
Oh.
I'm usually that on my regular days, but
that's scary. That really is.
It's very scary.
So I didn't know you had twins.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
How old are they? 2 years old, you said.
2 years old. Boy and a girl.
Oh man, the terrible twos.
Indeed.
They're in everything. Well, congratulations to you. Enjoy this time with them, because one day you say, where did those days go? My granddaughter now, I look at her, she's 12.
Yeah.
And I'm remembering her from like 8, she's like a little chubby little girl. But now she's grown up, and I went, where did she go? And now she's grown up. She's lost, the baby fat. And she's a pretty girl. But I'm wondering, boy, that time just just slipped away. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like I missed it, but I'm wondering, this transformation from 8 to now, it's amazing. Beautiful girl. So.